And today I have Lucy Jones-Watson.
Lucy Watson-Jones.
Lucy Watson. Again, take two. Hi, I'm Steve from Interparcel, and today I've got Lucy Watson-Jones, who's the Business and Partnerships Director at Asendia. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
For those of, I guess, our customers who don't know who Asendia is, can you fill us in on who Asendia is? I know they have 17, they operate in 17 countries, have 35 locations and service over 200 countries, but a lot of people don't know that.
No.
Yeah, if you can give us a bit of a background to Asendia, that'd be great.
Yeah. So Asendia was founded in 2012, a joint venture between La Poste and Swiss Post. And really its mission was to help businesses grow cross-border. So since then we've grown into a 2.7 billion euro business, so very large business globally, but still relatively unknown here in Australia. And really we provide and focus on cross-border logistics. So logistics, outbound and returns, and some fulfillment as well.
Yep. If we deep dive into Asendia, it's I guess a really competitive space. There's lots of postal operators, lots of express courier companies in the market. What differentiates Asendia to, I guess, the other players in the market?
Yeah, I think we kind of fit that sweet spot between express carriers and the kind of postal solutions in market. So we kind of have delivery speeds that are close to those express delivery speeds, but a pricing that's more like a standard value pricing. So we really see there's kind of a requirement for that in the Australia market. As you mentioned as well, we have a big global network and can deliver to 200 countries worldwide, but we also have local offices and local knowledge. And I think that really enables us to be quite innovative and customer focused and provide different features where needed, but have a global service as well.
Great. You mentioned there having that sweet spot in your products and services. So one of those products that Interparcel is offering as part of our partnership is the e-PAQ Select product.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it's a great product, especially for those e-commerce businesses that are looking to expand cross-border.
Yeah.
And there's always that pain point with how do we expand globally? Should we go cross-border?
Yeah.
And I think it's a really good opportunity for small to medium-sized business to take that step. Can you share with us, I guess, maybe some of the key lanes? Because I think this e-PAQ service with Asendia is a really good way to, I guess, test those markets.
Yeah, we have seen that e-PAQ Select product really grow globally, and we do see that it fits better with e-commerce businesses.
Yeah.
I mean, in Australia, the key lanes really are New Zealand, US, UK, and really a growing outbound market into Asia.
Yes.
We know that, New Zealand consumers like to buy from Australia. We see a lot of businesses start there. It's quite easy, and obviously the shipping's quite cost effective.
Yes.
And then the US has really been traditionally a very large market, obviously a bit of uncertainty at the moment, but really large growth opportunity for lots of small businesses. But I think, you can just start by offering, those international solutions on your website, enable customers to order, see what they're ordering and kind of grow from there.
Yeah. If I touch on a little bit the product that Interparcel has created for the Asendia service, I guess one of those points was always the cost of shipping, right?
Yeah.
And one of the components to sending internationally is the cost, I guess, of the pickup from that customer's location, whether it be their warehouse or they might be operating a smaller business from their home or garage, getting that freight to a facility. And normally the cost of the pickup is a cost associated with the overall shipping cost. And I guess what we've done is we've, I guess, put that cost and I guess put together a solution where customers can create their own consolidated shipment, which means that they'll just pay one pickup cost and I guess leverage that buying power and have really cost-effective pricing to be able to send to New Zealand, USA and some key lanes. So that barrier, I think that's the whole solution, the whole idea about providing this solution is to remove that barrier and make it competitive for the consumer or the buyer, it's just another obstacle they can overcome. And it's cheap, effective shipping with a good customer experience to be offered alongside maybe an express option as well. So
I think particularly for small businesses, that kind of what we call first mile, but collection can be quite prohibitive. So by putting multiple items together and sharing that cost between multiple items, I think really will have that effect for your customers, which is great.
And I know on the larger scale, some of the Asendia brands or brands that use Asendia, they have that volume, right? They send a lot of parcels. So what we're doing with our solution, I guess, is just letting customers control when they have their pickup. So they might have enough international orders to ship every second day, maybe once a week as well. But we're giving that control to our customer so that they control that and then leverage off those the service as well that Asendia is providing.
And then once they're in the export processing centre, they'll be being moved across the world with all of the parcels from all the global brands into the same network with the same customer service and same tracking. So
correct. Now the other thing with Asendia, you've got a good network. You operate in a lot of countries. Can you let us know about the final mile piece, like who's delivering, how do you choose those network providers, and look, it's a great service and I'm sure you have those networks set up really well, but can you give, I guess, our customers a snapshot of to who does the final delivery?
So I mean, we call them kind of our final mile heroes because they are a really important part of the Asendia network. And to be honest, it does vary by country, and actually even in some countries there can be multiple options that we can access. But the e-PAQ Select from Australia, can go through a final mile postal carrier, or it can go through a final mile commercial carrier. It really does depend on the country. But for us, it's about the right price and the right delivery speed and the right features that customers want. So we assess based on those, and then if we find that any partner is not meeting kind of what our customers need, then we would look for another option.
And the great thing is you've got those relationships, right? So if things happen within that country,
we've got people on the ground.
You've got people on the ground, and not only that, you could switch up the final mile carrier, right? So I know in the past there's been some strike, union action in certain countries, and you guys could easily pivot and adapt and change your final mile, right?
Yes, exactly right.
Yeah, great. Lucy, we find that some of our customer base, the ones that trade only in Australia, sometimes they're a bit hesitant to expand globally and take that step to cross-border and trade. What are some easy steps they can take, or if they just want to dip their foot in, dip their toe in maybe, what do you suggest?
Yeah, I mean, many businesses probably will find they will have hits from consumers overseas on their website looking for their products. So it's a good way to look at which consumers are seeking your products and maybe start enabling those shipping services on your, on your website and within your e-commerce platform. Generally, we find, New Zealand is a good first step. Their consumers really like to buy from overseas markets, particularly from Australia, and the shipping's quite cost effective. And duties and taxes is also relatively easy going into New Zealand. We then find kind of US is the next biggest market that businesses in Australia might go to. We know that duties and taxes can be a challenge for some customers, so Asendia can help you with those. We have solutions to help with duties and taxes, particularly to kind of Europe and UK, which some companies in Australia can avoid going into those markets.
Yeah, we also find that a lot of our customers, they're selling on platforms like Shopify, marketplaces as well. We always try and let our customers know that I guess best practice when shipping internationally is to ensure that you've got accurate product descriptions. So make sure if you're sending textiles, you're actually putting a 100% cotton t-shirt or whatever it may be, but also make sure you've got the right tariff code classifications, country of origin. Natively, I guess these platforms house that information. Through Interparcel in our inventory controls and databases, we can store that information as well. But it's so important I guess, to get it right the first time.
Yeah.
But just even general practice to have that all information available, because that all helps with the parcels journey as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Lucy, now Asendia offers 100% carbon neutral delivery. Can you give us a breakdown of what that actually means in practice?
Sustainability and having our parcels being 100% offset, it's a really important part of the Asendia proposition. Ultimately, it means that 100% of the carbon that is used on the journey of a parcel is offset by other projects around the world. But we do want to go one step further than that. We've just joined a science-based initiative, which is a global initiative where we will be setting more stringent targets over the next couple of years, and actually going further than just carbon offsetting our parcels. So we're started out on that path, and it's a very important part of our proposition as we move forward.
Lucy, with your expertise, can you share with us one piece of advice you give to those e-commerce businesses that are looking to expand globally?
Yeah, I think one of the key things to think through is, why is a consumer overseas going to buy your specific products from Australia? These consumers, they have global choice. They can buy in their domestic markets or in any other global market. So think through, is it because your product's quite unique, your branding's quite unique, your product is quite Australian, like maybe it's swimwear or health and beauty that people think of when they think of Australia? Yeah. And then with any of your marketing, really focus on getting that message across, because it is, it's really important to try and differentiate your product through marketing or the product offer or branding in the busy global marketplace.
Yeah, great. And I guess anyone selling in e-commerce, there's so many tools out there that help business to localize wherever they are. Yes. As well. So whether it be marketing or making sure they're selling in the country's currency, platforms like Shopify and some of the marketplaces as well allow you to do that really, really easily. So it's important that everyone knows what's available as well. And I guess the other thing is, when a consumer's buying, they may know Asendia in their local country, right? So if that's available at checkout as well, or they know Asendia because they're they might be in France or Switzerland, are familiar with the brand as well. So it's important, I guess, to capture that aspect as well. Yeah. Brand recognition of who that courier is or who that delivery partner is as well. Yeah,
certainly, having our kind of home in Europe, certainly in Europe, UK, US, probably much more of a well-known brand than here at the moment, but hopefully that will change.
So I guess the solution we've put together, as everyone knows, we're starting off with 5 key lanes right now. Yep. New Zealand, US, Singapore being 3 of them, but we're looking to expand that very, very shortly. So in terms of delivery times, what can people expect to those locations as well?
Yeah, so for New Zealand, we offer 3 to 6 business days, similar for Singapore, and then 5 to 8 for the US. Yeah. So just obviously need to make sure that the collection time is added on. Yes. And generally we'll find kind of metro areas are nearer the start of that delivery window, and then more rural areas would be towards the end of that delivery window. Perfect.
So like you said, that's really that sweet spot, I guess, in terms of costing at checkout, to have that option available with Asendia, to achieve those transit times, and again maybe offering an express service as well to complement that service too.
We definitely find lots of our customers use kind of multiple services, and that's quite standard to offer express and standard in your checkout. Yeah.
Lucy, can you share with us some of the challenges some e-com brands might have scaling globally?
Yeah, I think one of the main challenges for small businesses is actually shipping costs, and the shipping cost in relation to the cost of their goods they're trying to send. And really, most of that cost is in the first mile, because if you're only picking up one parcel, there's a cost challenge there for small businesses, for companies like ours, and that's why we're kind of excited to be partnering with Interparcel to be able to offer our solution to small businesses.
Yeah, great. We're excited to be partnering with Asendia, and the solution that we've put forward is really valuable. There's a lot of tech involved and development work that's gone into this particular product, and what it means is those little costs associated with pickup on every single parcel, we've pretty much eliminated those, and we've put the power into the consumer's hand now, where they can stack up those international orders and consolidate them into one box. So all their little orders, they can put them in one box and then book one collection. So that means they're able to offer really, really competitive international pricing, which allows them to scale to countries like New Zealand, Asia, USA, and then there's just the one pickup. And what happens is the courier that they choose, the domestic courier of their choice, will pick up their item consolidated with all their Asendia parcels. That reaches the Asendia location in Australia, and then Asendia will process them into their international network. So, Lucy, thanks very much for joining us here at Interparcel. We're really excited about the product we've put forward and our partnership with Asendia.
Thanks so much, Steve. We're really excited to be working with you to offer the small businesses on your platform this solution.
Perfect. Thank you.